Now on the show is Mr. Arun Raste. He's MD and CEO at NCDEX. Mr. Raste, hi, thank you so much for taking time out for us. First of all, there's a change in timing of the exchange that has been shifted from a 9 to 5 to a 10 to 5 right now. We do understand that there were representations from various stakeholders, but how does it feel to be the only exchange with a different time?
I wouldn't say we are the only exchange to be with different times. There are exchanges which have times which is going beyond 6 o'clock where we close or 5 o'clock. But morning times, I think we are the first exchange to shift from 9 to 10. Now, there are a couple of reasons why we thought we should do it. One, this has been a great learning for us also, because unlike other exchanges, unlike equities exchanges mainly, commodities exchanges, and especially agri commodities exchanges, the trade is linked to the physical mandis. And the physical mandis throughout the country, or at least in the major mandis, they start operating at 10 o'clock. So when you're looking at price discovery, what you're looking at is aligning the price discovery at the exchange with the physical mandis. And if there is a time gap, then there will be speculation in the exchange. If we start at 9 and the physical mandis start at 10, there is no reference point. And it was logical for us to look at the physical mandis, their timings, and then align physical timings with the derivatives timing. So we examined the demand from the industry, which was possibly going on for the last 2 or 3 years. And we examined that because I came to know about it about a couple of months ago. And then we said, this is logical and we should do it. And as I said, exchange is meant to ensure 2 or 3 things. One is all stakeholders, they should be in a position to derive the benefits of the trade. We should be doing that under the strict regulatory regime where protection is our, security of the market and protection of the stakeholders is key. And third, we can facilitate it in the easy manner for everybody, all the stakeholders' comfort. We should be doing it. And therefore, we thought we will do it. And I thought the participants should be very happy with this particular step.
Oh, well, yes, we've heard good things about this. Also, we've seen a lot of agriculture commodities still under suspension, but most people would tell you that this is the year of agriculture as a sector, and the kind of price moves that we see in volatility, even the trading, hedging activities have just gained up. How do you look at exchange volumes, participation, and the various steps that the exchange has taken in that direction?
Well, honestly, when the ban or the suspension 2 years ago came in, it was a major jolt to us as an exchange. 70% of the commodities that were traded on the exchange were suspended. So we are just left with about 30-odd%. Now, obviously, it was not something that is desirable. We did various studies. We went to the powers that we explained to them that this is, the future markets is only a messenger, and you should not kill a messenger to tell you the, one who comes and tells you the either good or bad news. Fortunately for us, 2 things happened. Some of the commodities which are still trading on the exchange, the outlook there is pretty bullish for various reasons. These are agri commodities, and they also have some international implications. Like if you look at like human seeds, there are 3 major countries, Turkey, Syria, and India, which are major producers. Now, Turkey and Syria, who contribute about 40-odd% of global production, the production was down this year. Obviously, the farmers in the country, the traders in the country are benefiting. And the biggest advantage at this juncture is the farmers are benefiting because of the futures market. They are really, getting benefits of the derivatives market. So those commodities, even turmeric, I would say the same, because the turmeric growing belt, the monsoon is a little weak. So the turmeric prices are again, holding firm, or they will go up only. Two, in terms of, trading volumes, they had gone down initially. Even the, whole ecosystem was doubtful whether how NCDEX will cope with this. But now having, weathered the storm for almost 18 months or 19 months, they have realized that there is a value in agri commodities and they are coming back. So our volumes, possibly from the worst, we have almost doubled or more than that. And this month figures are even looking better. So we are doing better as compared to, say, a year ago. And fortunately, since the commodities are looking up, and as you mentioned, it is a year of commodities, definitely we'll do even better.
Well, okay. The other major thing that you've done today is do an MOU with SkyMet. And, well, yes, the conversations about El Nino, weather and various agricultural commodities, the dependency on monsoon is quite high. And this is a conversation we've had for a long time now, that weather futures perhaps should be introduced into India. The markets are ripe for that as well. So is that MOU the first step in that direction?
I would hope so, because internationally, if you see the weather, derivatives, they came into force sometime in 1990s. We are 35 years behind, and we need to catch up. And we need to catch up with and it might be something which is very, very specific to India and which can be replicated elsewhere, like monsoon. A country with 50% of the population is still dependent on agriculture. Monsoon plays a big role in this country. And we need to actually look at the hedging mechanism for weathers also. Unless you do that, the businesses which are monsoon dependent, as also the buying capacity which people get because of monsoon, both will be catered to if we have weather futures. And therefore, we will be looking at developing it as an exchange. But prior to that, we will require both government as well as regulatory clearance for weather futures. And we hope to get those, that at least CNCDEX is the SEBI's committee. And they are in favor of this. So hopefully we should be seeing some action on this, both on regulatory as well as the government end. And we should see some action from our side as soon as we get the regulatory clearances.
Okay.
And,
all right, Manisha. All right, Manisha, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and taking us through that. Well, we do have the Divi's Labs numbers, which are flash.